Hi, Richie here. Have you ever think about a straw? And do you know that there is something interesting about this straw or just every other normal drinking straw? And what if I ask you how many holes does this straw have? Let's get the video started. So before I talk about all of these things about a straw, I want to say that I'm not a scientist, I'm not an expert, I'm not a professional, I'm not a mathematician or anything. I just want to talk about it, and I think this is a quite pretty interesting thing to talk about. So what's interesting about the straw? The interesting thing is that the hole inside it. So remember I asked you about how many holes does a straw have. Maybe some of you say that a straw has 2 holes, maybe it has 1 hole, or maybe it doesn't have any holes, which maybe make you think that it doesn't make sense if it doesn't have any hole, because how can you drink using it if it doesn't have any holes? But there are 3 groups that's been debating about this straw, about a straw and how many holes does it have. So the first group is the 2 holes. So people believe that a straw has 2 holes. So where is the hole in the straw? So this is the first hole and this is the second hole. I cannot really understand why they say that a straw has 2 holes. My question is, what's the thing that has 1 hole? And barely they say that a sock has 1 hole. So what does it mean is that this thing where your feet can fit in, or maybe your hand, is a hole and it's a 1 hole. So this thing can be 2 holes. Maybe if on the tip they make a hole and then that will become 2 holes. But here comes the second group, which is arguing that a sock doesn't have any hole. So let's imagine the socks like a paper, which is just like a normal plane like this. And what the socks doing is that it's changing the shape, something like this. Well, I know it doesn't even look the same like socks, but it's maybe something like this, where you can see it's a little bit just like a box, and it's saying that there is no hole because like this is a normal paper, there is no hole inside it, there is no hole on a paper, and it's just reshaped into something more like the socks, so there is no hole inside it, so which says that it doesn't make sense. People who believe that a straw has 2 holes, they don't know the difference between a hole and opening. So what is an opening? So when I searched about it, this is even my first time hearing about an opening. I never heard about this. What is an opening? Imagine a cup or a mug. So opening is when the water holds in the glass or a mug or cup. This is called an opening. So that being said, it means that a sock has 1 opening, it's not a hole. So I think this makes the definition of hole much more clearer, which means that a hole is something that you can see through, or there is something that you can go through. Let's say maybe you put something on here and then it comes out on here. So there is a beginning and there is an end, where things can come in and come out from the other way. The second group believes that a straw has 1 hole, which is from here to here, and that is 1 hole. And another thing that's interesting about it that supports their argument about a straw has 1 hole is that imagine this is like a donut. So well, I don't have any example with me, I don't have a donut with me. So imagine a straw that you squeeze it and it becomes smaller and smaller and smaller in the height, and the width's getting larger. So imagine it's like a donut. Technically a donut has 1 hole, and same with the straw. So what they believe with the donut is that it is stretched vertically and it's getting thinner and thinner, and it becomes a straw like this one, or maybe just another normal drinking straw. That's the second group. And then there is this interesting group, that is the third group, and there is the no hole group. Like what I said, it doesn't even make sense, and I can't believe it that they say a straw doesn't have any hole. But I find it quite interesting about their argument why a straw doesn't have any hole. So they believe that something to have a hole is that the structure must be broken or damaged. So imagine again, a paper, and it is shaped into like this one. Yes, like this. So they mean that this thing doesn't have any hole because it's just a normal plane like this one from this one, and then it is shaped into like this. So there is no hole in the straw or on the straw, I don't know. So there is no hole in the straw. So how can this have a hole inside it? So to have a hole inside it, that means you have to make a hole on the paper. So by that, a straw doesn't have any hole because there is no hole in the straw. So what's the inside thing of straw? That's just a hollow thing. That's why I think it quite makes sense. Yeah, I know that I said that there are only 3 grooves, but I've been asking some of my friends, then they believe that it has 2 holes, it has 1 hole. Yeah, they don't think about it has no holes. And there is this one friend that I just met, and he really likes physics. And then his answer was very unexpected. He says that a straw has a billion holes, which makes it doesn't even make sense. But his argument is that this is made a lot of particles, and do you know an atoms? Yeah, an atoms, it has space in between. Well, I think it kind of makes sense. And that's it. So again, I'm not a scientist, I'm not a mathematician, so maybe I'm wrong in this video, but I just want to talk about it, and I think this is quite interesting because up until now I have never seen a question like this one, like how many holes does a straw have, and I think this is kind of interesting, and maybe it makes you interested as well. I hope so. And I want to say Happy New Year too. Woo! Happy New Year! I hope you guys have a great day in 2018. That's it for the video. See you in the next video. Bye bye. Maybe I hope someone can explain this more or even better than me, but I just want to talk about it.